Today we are going to start with the grammar section. Look at your books on page 70. Page 70, just to show you the objectives as usual. These are the objectives to express regret with should have, past participle. These are the let us say objectives to write about situation in the past. Okay, who can read the first example? Look at the example. Who can read it, please?
Can I read?
Yes.
Okay. I should have attended the lecture.
Good. I should have attended the lecture. Good. Adnan?
The dog bit Sarah. She shouldn't have kicked the dog.
Good. The dog bit Sarah. She shouldn't have kicked the dog. Good. The next. Anwar?
Okay, he failed the test. He shouldn't have studied harder.
Failed the test. Should have studied harder. Good. So here you realize we use should have with the past participle to talk about regrets. Regrets means, to being sorry for doing something, maybe, or not doing that something. Use this form to talk about things, okay, you wish you had done or hadn't done. When we say I should have attended the lecture, it means I didn't attend it. Is it true? When we say, for example, she shouldn't have kicked the dog, it means she what? She cooked the dog. He failed the test. It means, he should have studied harder. It means he didn't study harder. So this is about, the using should have or shouldn't have. Should have, we use it when you mean something in the past was a good idea, but you didn't do it. Shouldn't have, when, we use it when you mean something wasn't a good idea, but you did it anyway. Okay, the form, here we have the subject, plus should, plus have, plus verb 3. We should have eaten healthy food. Negative, we shouldn't have eaten so much. Subject, should, not, plus have, plus verb 3. Who can read the example?
Can I read?
Yes.
If he had been sick, he would have gone to the doctor.
Good. Good. If he had been sick, he would have gone to the doctor. Now you realize that this is an imagined sentence. This is an imagined sentence. Just you imagined. Who can read the second example? Yes, Adnan.
If she had studied hard, she would have passed the exam.
Good. If she had studied hard, she would have passed the exam. Now, what is the fact for the sentence? Did she study hard? Did she pass the exam? What do you think?
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't study well, and she didn't pass the exam. Good. If she had studied hard, she would, have passed the exam. So the facts: she didn't study hard, and she didn't pass the exam. Yes. Look at this next sentence.
Can I read?
Yes, Adnan.
If they had talked to me, I would have listened to them.
Now, what are the facts for the sentence?
They didn't talk to him.
Yes, they didn't talk to me, and I, didn't listen
Didn't
to
listen
them.
because they didn't talk to
Good.
me.
So you realize that these sentences are what? Imagined sentences. Who can read? Let me choose.
May I read, Mr.
Can I read?
Yes, Ahmed Harani.
Yes, Mr. If he hadn't eaten so much, he wouldn't have felt sick.
Good. If he hadn't eaten so much, he wouldn't have felt sick. Now, what are, the facts?
That he had
ate.
eaten so much
He ate
and
so
he felt
much.
sick.
Good. And, he felt sick. Good. Now, it talks about, the past. It has used to describe a situation that didn't happen and to imagine the result of the situation. Now, look at these sentences. Write C if a sentence, has the correct verb form and I for incorrect. Number one.
Can I do the first
Can I
one?
do the
Can I
first?
solve?
يلا يا عدنان.
His uncle is in jail. He shouldn't have robbing a bank. Incorrect. It shouldn't
Robbed.
have robbed.
Good, thank you. Yes, Ali Shurman, are you here? Anwar,
Okay.
Yes,
We
Mr.
got lost
Amir.
in Paris. So
يلا يا أنور, then Ali Shurman, okay?
okay.
Anwar,
We
We-
got lost in Paris. We should take in a map. Incorrect. It should be we should have
we
taken a
should
map.
have taken a map. Good, we should have taken a map. Good. Ali, would you please read the third sentence?
Yes, Mr.
If I had,
If I had waited for you more, I would have missed the plane.
good, what do you think? Is it correct?
True.
Correct, good, true. Next, Hamza Sabbagh, where are you?
Teacher, I'm here.
Yes, read the last.
If I had found his address, I would have sent him an invitation.
What do you think? Is it correct or not?
Teacher, it's incorrect.
Incorrect. It must be what? Instead of find, must
Found.
be found. Thank you. So it is incorrect. Now look at, leave it. This is, the workbook. This is the workbook. Okay. Who can read the sentence? Abdullah Talal, are you here? Yalla ya Diya.
Okay. If she hadn't learned Spanish, she wouldn't understand him.
Good. If she hadn't learned Spanish, she wouldn't understand him. Who wants to read?
Me, Mr. May I?
Yes, Yalla Ahmed Harani.
If I had gone to university, I would be a lawyer now.
Good. If I had gone to university, I would be a liar. Good. Who wants to read?
Can I read?
Yes. Anwar.
If I had gone to university, I would be a lawyer now.
Good. How can we make it?
I think we did this.
1 minute. Yes. بس نشوف الأسماء كلها. Yes. Next, who can read?
Can I read?
Yeah, Adnan.
Can I?
If Ali had gotten the prize, he would be celebrating.
Good. If Ali had gotten the prize, he would be celebrating. Good. Would be celebrating. Now look here. We can use the third conditional to talk about, past hypothetical, sentences or unreal situation with a present result. Realize here we have had plus verb 3, past participle, past perfect with, here unreal situation with a present result. Look here. If conditional sentences had past perfect, here past perfect, had plus verb 3, the second must be would plus what? Have plus past participle. Mustafa?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. شو اللي سويناه يا مصطفى؟
ايش في استاذ سامعني؟
سامعك. Okay. Now here, if plus conditional, the second will be a result in the present. But if we have a result in the present, it must be what? Would plus, infinitive without to. The second past perfect plus what? Would be plus what? Verb ing form. Now, who can read? Read, yeah. Adnan.
Conditional sentences, hypothetical situations in the past. Use if, a past perfect, would have, and past participle to talk about things that didn't happen in the past and had a result in the past, or to talk about things you would have done differently. If I hadn't found my book, I would have been in trouble. I found my book, so I wasn't in trouble. If I had
Good.
studied harder, I would have passed the exam. I didn't study hard, so I didn't pass the exam.
Good, thank you.
Use if. That's it.
Yes, continue.
Use if and past perfect and would and not base verb be and ing to talk about things that didn't happen in the past and have a result in the present. If I hadn't learned English, I wouldn't understand you. I learned English, so I understand you. If we had won, we would be celebrating. We didn't win, so we.
Good, thank you very much. Okay. Now here using might or could with past perfect. If you hadn't run slowly, you might have won the race. If I had won the prize, I could have been famous. If it had rained to me, we might have gone for a walk. So here we can use if and could, might plus past perfect to talk about possibilities and abilities. Look here. If conditional with possibilities, we use if plus past perfect. The second part, might plus have plus what? Past participle. If conditional with abilities, we use if plus past perfect. The second part must be what? Could plus what? Have plus past participle. Okay? Who can read? Read, Leah.
If with could and might. Use if and could or might plus past perfect to talk about possibilities and missed opportunities. If I had gotten a job last summer, I could have saved more money. If she had left work earlier, she might have avoided traffic.
Good, thank you. If I had gotten a job last summer, I could have saved. Here, could, maybe. This is refers to what? To ability. If she had left work earlier, she might have avoided the traffic. Might here, showing what possibilities. So this is about, the. Okay, now let's see the sentences, whether they are correct or incorrect. Number one.
Can I solve?
Yes, Anwar, read the
Okay.
first one.
If I had bought the painting then, I would be happy.
Good.
Yes, true.
True.
Correct.
Would be happy. Good. Here, past perfect would be. Yes.
Can I solve?
Yes, yeah.
If she had studied harder, she might have passed her exam. Correct.
Good. Yes. Number three. Yes, try.
Who, me?
If he had passed his exam, he could have get a diploma. diploma. Correct.
Diploma. Are you sure is it correct? Look here, we have get, not got. It must be got.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Good. Incorrect. The last one.
Can I?
Yes, Adnan.
We would be work in Spain if we had spoken English. Incorrect. We would be working.
Working. Good. Here it must be what? Incorrect. Good. Now look at your books. Look at your books. Read the situations and make sentences. Number one, who can read the sentence? Yes, Anwar.
Can I?
Yes,
Okay.
Anwar.
Jan lent April some money, but she never paid her back.
Yes, Jan shouldn't have lent April the money. This is, you know, the using should have or shouldn't have. Number two, Adnan.
Brad forgot his key, so he broke the window to get into his house. Brad shouldn't have forgotten his keys, so he didn't have to break through his window.
Good. Brad should have had an extra key. Good. Number three, who can try? Read, Hamza.
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Hamza. Read number three. Rita didn't feel well.
Rita didn't feel well, but she didn't want to go to the doctor.
Good. Rita should have gone to the doctor. Yes.
Can I, Mr.?
Yes, Ali.
Emilio was upset because they didn't ask him to go out with them. They should have asked Emilio to go out with them.
Good, thank you. They should have asked Emilio to go out with them. Next, number five, who can read it?
Can I?
Ahmed. Yes.
Can I?
Yalla ya Abdul.
We shouldn't have gone to
We shouldn't have gone to Gino's
Gino restaurant.
Good. We went to Gino's restaurant, but the food wasn't good. They lost.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson missed a really important meeting last night.
Can I do it?
Yes, Ubada.
Okay.
Mr. Johnson, read it, Ubada.
I am Diya.
Yes, Diya, read.
Mr. Johnson should have been at the meeting last night.
Good, thank you. Okay, you can have a screenshot. This is exercise B, leave it. Just to save time. Exercise C, Shabab. Look at exercise C. Match the two parts of these sentences. If I had known it was going to rain, what do you think? Yes, Nordin?
E. I would have taken an umbrella.
Good. Number two, Adnan.
If they had asked me for advice, A, I would have told them not to buy the TV set.
Good. A. Number three. Malik.
Can I solve?
Yes. If I had
Enough
money.
Enough money. Yes.
G. I would have
bought the plane ticket. Good. Good. Thank you.
Can I solve?
Yes.
If you had been home, if I would have visited you.
Good. Next. Adnan.
If they had told the truth, they wouldn't be in so much trouble now.
Good. B. And if I hadn't passed the test, D. If the referee hadn't made a ball call, it will be C. Their team wouldn't have won the game. Okay, do it. We will stop here now and we will go to Clasera. I think, you know, they told us that it is okay now. الآن يا شباب بنحاول لأنه في عندنا واجب. ما نطلع الآن من هذا. نجرب والله نشوف. خليكم معي.
Mr. It's okay.
It's okay. طيب go to Clasera. خلينا ننهي من هان ونروح على كلاسيرا مع بعض. اوكي ندخل عشان انت يسجلوك حاضر. ماشي شباب.